Hi everyone, it's Linda McKenna from Golden Rule Senior Placement Services coming to you today with Tuesday Talks. Today's May 6th and we just passed through May the 4th be with you and Cinco de Mayo. And today we have depicted to talk about that May is Older American Month. And we want to talk about what the theme is this month for this year for Older American Month. It is Flip the Switch on Aging. Focuses on transforming how society perceives, talks about, and approaches aging, and how all this affects your senior loved ones. And we also don't want to forget that it is National Nurse Appreciation Week starting today, May 6th, and through May 12th. And the why it started on Tuesday through May 12th is because it ends on the day that it is granted for, and it's Florence Nightingale's birthday, which is May 12th. So we'll talk about that as well. And we do want to acknowledge that this coming Sunday on May 11th is Mother's Day. Hence, bless Mama. So let's, no further ado, let's talk about Older American Month facts. What do older adults want to be called? Now there's a lot of controversy, there's a lot of debate on it. Some like to be called older folks, some people like to be called older citizens, and a lot of people like to be called seniors. Some people take offense to it. So there's a lot of titles that is inappropriate or appropriate to, or just elders is something. But you have to address that with each individual because what their likes and dislikes are different from somebody else. What age does middle age start? It is generally defined as being between the ages of 40 and 60. Middle age, well, think about it. 40, if that's middle age, you live to 80, and 60, 120, I doubt it. But so that is middle age as well, too. Is 60 considered elderly? The United States has defined anyone 60 years or older as an older person. Hence, that's what Social Security is for. That's retirement age. So a lot of that comes into the time and aspects of it all. But also, that's where a lot of seniors or older adults are granted discounts or have different kind of coverage for their health insurance. A lot of it is depicted by the actual age. All right, 5 facts about older adults you need to know. 1, they are online. According to research studies, 53% of Americans age 65 or older are online. So, which is neat that they're adapting to the more current times. They becoming on the internet or being able to Google, do shopping, a lot of stuff. So they're privy to a lot of the technology. 2, 4 in 5 have chronic conditions. 4 in 5 older adults are facing at least one chronic condition, such as heart disorder, arthritis, or osteoporosis, COPD, pulmonary disease. Maybe they're dealing with a cancerous disease, or chronic being that's something that is repetitious, that is congestive heart failure, AFib, a lot of stuff that needs to be monitored by their doctors. 3, only 3.6% are in nursing homes. Reportedly, only 3.6% of people over the age of 65 are in nursing homes. Now, let's define nursing homes versus senior living communities. Totally different. Going to a senior living community is independent. It could be assisted to help them with their activities of daily living. It could be memory care. Nursing homes are typically somebody that might be bedbound, needs a lot more hands-on care than that of somebody that's living a lifestyle in senior living, that being assisted, memory care, or even independent. 4, they get a good night's sleep. It is said that although older adults tend to wake up during the night, they get a good night's sleep regularly. which is great. Also, older adults tend to take naps as well. For those that are memory impaired, sometimes their days and nights are mixed up. That's what they call sundowners. So a lot of them are sleeping during the day and up all night. But that's where the doctor can get the melatonin balanced, and maybe with the help of some kind of medication is to level them off and be able to get a good night's sleep. 5, they have less stress. According to the American Psychological Association, 9 in 10 older adults are doing enough to manage stress. Again, some of that has to deal with anxiety, depression that might be monitored by medication. But when you get to that retirement age, now you're living a purpose and enjoying. There's not that stress of getting up each day and having to live by a strict budget, bringing up children, or the upkeep of their home. So there is less stress for older adults. But there is more anxiety because the fear of living alone, their health is also a concern as well. Why we love Older American Month. 1, it helps us to appreciate. I can't say this enough, and this is what I do for a living, and I've always been brought up that way, and I've always been around older adults, especially being an only child as well. I've always been circled by my grandparents, and there was always a respect both ways there. So older adults were always something that was in my circle, besides that of just my friends from school or my neighbors. But it was the older adults that was in my familiarity circle. The same thing is with the way we reared our children as well too, is to have that respect. And it comes to fruition that both of our daughter and son really embrace the elder generation distinctly. And that is something that we really should pursue within our children when rearing them, and even our grandchildren, in the respect for even veterans that have fought for our country and devoted their lives for our country and safety and freedom. 2, we involve them. Growing up in a very Italian household, Sundays was the day that we collectively got together and we ate dinner together. There's other traditions with other families that do certain things on certain days. In the Jewish faith, Saturdays is a very high holy day, and that's when they gather together. So gathering together and being together and involving them is important, because it's not an enigma that your senior loved one is pushed aside, that they're of no use anymore. Being involved and actually learning about your ancestry is really something really, really dynamic. So what better way is to be around them all the time? 3, it helps to actually learn. Again, ancestry, we talk about that. There are so many things that we can learn from our seniors. Language. A lot of our senior loved ones might have came from another country, that they came here and became a citizen, and with them they brought their traditions from their country. So it's just something that we learn and that we want to carry on with our next generations as well too. But you'll learn circumstances of what made them value what was back in the day. That simplicity today is not the thing. My grandmother always said, we buy when we need and we don't buy when we want. So that's a difference. What the generation prior to us was that they lived with necessity and simplicity. So we learn from them for sure. Older American Month activities is to have a workshop or go to a workshop. There's a lot of senior centers around, and what a neat way to get involved in that as well too. Maybe even to volunteer to go to a senior center, go to a senior living community. Being around them and helping is wonderful, and mixes the younger generation with the older generation. I know that a lot of younger folks sometimes have to volunteer for them to go to a higher learning, to go to college, and they need their volunteer hours, and that's when they tend to say, oh, let me volunteer. It should be something that gracefully is done all the time, and it becomes not a habit, it's a way of life. So doing workshops and volunteering and being involved where seniors are is wonderful, and it is so rewarding. And it's like a doctor grandparent program, really and truly. Have a musical event. There is so many that are musicians that play the oldies. I know at my senior living home where my mother is a wonderful gentleman that sings not only Italian music but the old music of yesteryear, and my mother perks up. So needless to say, going to these music events is wonderful. Concerts, there's a lot of like, I want to say, imposters, or somebody that puts on improv, that being Elvis impersonators and stuff like that. It is great because now you're mixing generations with music. Also, it is let older adults have the lead if possible. Ask them what they want. What is it this month that you would like to enjoy with the younger generation? What would you like to focus on? And you know what? You'll learn so much what they would like to do and what they prefer as well. It is observed annually, and it is in May, Older Adult Month. And like I said, for this specific year, this is the script on aging, is learning about new things, about, elder care. Learn so much this month, and lending a hand to another elder is wonderful. Volunteering is wonderful. There's Meals on Wheels. There is so much. There's veterans programs, that library programs, or just shut-ins that just to go visit, maybe help clean the yard, whatever that it may be, or just having a conversation with them is wonderful. So I applaud this month. I think it's a wonderful month that we acknowledge our older adults. And it is revolved, believe it or not, even around Mother's Day as well. And as I said, Mother's Day is this coming Sunday, and it is something that we celebrate. May it be mother, grandmother, great-grandmother, aunt, whoever is somebody that's special in your life. Maybe you're not related by blood, but acknowledge them. This is a special holiday for mothers. You only have one mother, is what they say. And it is May 11th. And I'm so blessed. Besides being a mother of two, I inherited 2 additional children, and that is my daughter's husband, my son-in-law, and also my son's fiance, which is my daughter-in-law. So my family expanded, but even expanded even better with a grandchild. So wonderful. So not only am I celebrating being a mother, I'm also celebrating being a grandmother as well. This month is also special because there's a depicted holiday, and that is Nurse Appreciation Week, and it is May 6th through May 12th. So today being Tuesday, May 6th, it carries out to next week, which is May 12th, because it ends always on Florence Nightingale's birthday, the most famous nurse that there is. And that's something that you want to acknowledge. There's so many nurses out there that sometimes are being taken for granted what they do. And behind every great doctor is a wonderful nurse. So please lend a thank you, a card, maybe bring in a flower, bring a little sweet treat to the nurses that are at your doctor's office, at a hospital, nursing homes. Make it special that this is their week, and acknowledge them. And nothing is better than a thank you card for their dedication to their profession. Like I said, behind every great doctor is a wonderful nurse. Having worked in healthcare so much of my life, the seasoned nurses that I work with, yes, you, Roseanne, and many of the others, I still have major respect from, because I learned so much with them. Yes, you too, Linda Kingery. I've learned so much from them, and because I'm not clinical, but what I learned from them has been very, very worthy for me and very honorable. So two of my favorite nurses, Roseanne and Linda Kingery, happy Nurses Week. And I appreciate you, as do many of the nurses that I work with. They, from home health to hospice, incredible. Yes, you, Melinda, just incredible amount of dedication that you have bestowed on me personally in my personal life, that being myself and my husband, but also to my mother as well. I can't begin to say thank you. Those two words are not enough. So thank you. I appreciate you endlessly. Again, as always, I lead you to my website. It is www.goldenrulesseniorplacement. And there you will find a whole outline of not only the demographics, how to get in touch with me, but my bio, testimonials, the various options of senior living, resources, and a whole library of all these video talks that you could go back on and discuss it with your family members as well. I always tell you what's going to be next week. Next week is May 13th, and since May 15th is 2 days later, we're going to talk about Senior Fraud Awareness Day, how to protect your senior loved ones. Not only are they taking advantage of, their scams out there, exploitation, so that's what we're going to be discussing next week. As always, thank you so much. Have a blessed week, and happy Older American Month, happy Nurse Appreciation Week, and happy Mother's Day. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye now.